Hello students, class 7th, welcome to geography class, and in this class we will be doing the next part, that is withering of rocks. And as you know, we are not able to conduct the live classes due to some reason, and if you want to that the live classes they should be continued, so you should behave properly, you should cooperate with the teacher, you should listen the instructions very carefully. And if you feel like that the better understanding is possible by the live lectures, by the live videos, so please cooperate with the teachers and don't irritate them or whatever was done. Either it was done by you or some other classes, so it should not be repeated if you want the classes again. So we will be starting the next part, that is withering of the rocks. The very first thing that I'm talking about, the word I'm saying, the withering, it is the breaking up of the rocks into smaller parts, and the agents, the sources can be any. Okay, like water can break them, heat and cold, chemicals, plants and animals. So there are many kinds of things, many kinds of factors which can cause withering. Okay, and it is mostly occurred, it is seen in situ. In situ means that very place where the rock is present and the rock movement is not shown, or the rock movement is not required for the weathering of the rocks. If the removal is seen, if the movement, if the transportation of that weathered material is seen, that is due to the erosion. The process of removal is known as erosion, and it is done by the factors like river, water, and then you can say winds are there, waves are there, and even rain can also cause the transportation. Okay, so the movement is due to erosion. When these two are combined together, withering as well as the erosion, they can transform the major landforms, and even you can say that mountains can also be destroyed, or plains they can be converted into other kind of structure. Then we will be talking about the types of withering, how are they caused. The very first factor, that is physical factor. Okay, you can also say that it is the mechanical factor. It is caused by three actions. The very first one is the repeated action of the temperature, that is the changes in the temperature. Second is repeated wetting and drying, and the third one is frost action. Second type of weathering is caused due to the chemical factors, and they can be oxidation, carbonation, hydrolysis, as well as hydration. All these are the chemical factors which can cause weathering. And the last one is biological factors. That includes the, you can say, animals, plants, even the microorganisms, all are included under the biological factors. Okay. Then is the physical and chemical weathering, which we have to discuss in this particular video. In the physical or mechanical weathering, what happens is that the cause, it is physical. The cause of disintegration or breaking up of the rock, it is physically done by the physical factors like temperature, drying, wetting, or frost action. No chemical action is taken. So, starting with the very first one, that is the repeated changes in the temperature. The first point which you should remember, that is diurnal range of temperature. Diurnal means two types. When we talk about a day, in the day, and such range is present everywhere, but mostly the desert areas they experience the extremes. Okay, during the daytime very high temperature is there, and it causes the rocks to heat up. Due to the heat, they expand, the rocks expand due to the extreme heat. While at night it is observed that the temperature is low and it falls very steeply, and suddenly it falls down, due to which the rocks they cool and contract. So daily the same thing happens, and due to this thing the breaking up starts, the crack they starts appearing, and the joints are also seen. Okay, so when we talk about this particular temperature and its action on the withering of rocks, we talk about two types of disintegration, you can say. The very first one is the block disintegration, in which you can see that over a long time, as the time passes up, the expansion and contraction, as we have discussed, that they are alternate. If the expansion is there and then at the night contraction is there. Okay, so this alternate change in the temperature, it results in the formation of cracks as well as the joints. And these rocks, when they break up in block structure along those cracks and joints, it is known as block disintegration. They are in the block shape. Okay, when while on the other side, when we talk about exfoliation, it means when the outer layer, it is getting much more effect as compared to the inner layer. Okay, it the impact of the temperature is caused on the outer layer, and the outer layer, it disintegrates and forms a concentric circle, shell like structure, you can say. The outer layer, it disintegrates while the inner layer is intact, it is not getting disintegrated. Okay, this is known as exfoliation, and it looks like the peeling of onion, as onion is having concentric rings, so it looks like that, so it is called onion peeling also, exfoliation. You can see in this picture I have shown you the block disintegration as well. The blocks can be seen, bigger blocks, the rectangular blocks can be seen, while on the other side the exfoliation can be seen. In your book it has been mentioned that this is not exfoliation, but this particular picture, it is of exfoliation only. Okay, the outer layer is moving up, it is getting disintegrated, so it is exfoliation. So now the second part we will be discussing, that is the repeated action of wetting and drying. Okay, when we talk about wetting and drying, it means that the rock, they must be getting wetted up due to the action of rain, or you can say even sometimes um, other reasons are also possible, like rain showers, hailstones can be there. So due to that, what happens, the rocks, they get wet, and the cracks, we were discussing about the cracks in the previous one. The cracks are formed, and in between those cracks the water seeps down, and also due to the rain showers they get wet, and it leads to the expansion of the rock. And when the evaporation occurs, evaporation, after the evaporation, the moisture causes the contraction, it cools down and the contraction is caused. So again the cracks and joints are seen, and the rocks breaks down. Okay, and it is mostly seen in the equatorial and tropical regions, this type of withering caused due to wetting and drying. This is very simple, the rain comes, the rocks expand. When the rain is not there, the evaporation takes place, contraction is there, and it breaks down where the cracks are present. When we talk about the third one, that is the frost action. You know, the frost is present where the temperature is low. So it means that the high altitude areas are concerned over here, and in the higher latitude areas also. Okay, which are nearer to the poles, which are close to the poles. So frost over there plays very important role in withering of rocks. Okay, and you know that the temperature over such areas is low. Okay, let's say it rains over there or snowfall is there, the water gets collected up in the cracks, the cracks get filled up. When the temperature drops, it turns into the ice, and it is very simple concept, and you must be knowing about this, that the volume of ice is more than the volume of water, due to which the pressure is exerted, and they are pulled away from each other, the parts, the cracks or the crevices, you can say. You can see in this part also the frost shattering, which means that it is filling up and it is moving the cracks more wider, it is making it them more wider, moving them apart from each other, due to which they chip off or they break off, and it results in frost shattering. Or on the other side, on the second side, in the second picture, you can see the scree or talus slopes. When the action of frost is there, the mountain peaks, they break up. Okay, they broke down, and due to the breaking up, the peaks, they have pinnacles, they are very sharp, the structures which are formed, and they are sharp and pointed, so they are known as pinnacles, while the broken segments, they are collected at the foot and they form the slopes. You can see the slopes, this one, this scree or the talus one, you can see it in this picture. I wanted to show you so that the concept is more clear. And it is observed that scree is having the finer particles or the smaller particles, smaller broken particles of the rock, as compared to talus. Talus slopes, they can even have big rocks also present over there, so they cause slopes. This way, we have completed the very first factor, that is the physical factor. Now we will be discussing about the chemical and the biological factors in the next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'll be sending you a worksheet. You have to complete that worksheet. And also, again, it is a request, if you want to have live classes again, please be patient and wait for the teacher to explain. Even it is a request to parents that please make sure that your children, they are paying attention, and if they want better understanding through the live classes, so they should sit properly and cooperate with teachers. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, and once again, if you have any problem, you can ask me. Take care.